Welcome to Engineers Academy. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. I welcome you all to this new video series from Engineers Academy, and this series will be based on the engineering statics problem from Hebler 14th edition, and this is the first problem of chapter number 2. So I am going to solve this problem. So in this problem it is said that if theta is equal to 60 degrees, so if this theta is 60 degrees, right, and this force, if this force is 450 newtons, so we are asked to determine the magnitude of the resultant force of these two forces and the angle of the resultant with the positive x-axis, and the angle should be measured counterclockwise from the positive x-axis, right? The magnitude of the force and this theta is given, right? So these are the given values. Now let's suppose if I apply the parallelogram law for vector addition, so I have to draw that parallelogram. So let's suppose if I copy this force, right, so I will move this force and I will place this force on the head of this 700 Newton force. Let's suppose this 700 Newton force is F1, right, and this is F, right? So in order to complete this parallelogram, I need to copy this 700 Newton force, this F1 as well, and I will place this on the head of this F force, right? So by head to tail rule, we will have this as the resultant from the tail of the first vector to the head of the last, right? So this will be the resultant, this purple one, right? So this purple one will be the resultant. Now let's suppose if I draw this horizontal line, right? This is the horizontal line parallel to this positive x-axis. So this F1 is making this 15 degrees with the x-axis, right, with this horizontal. So if this is 15 degrees, so this is also 15 degrees, since these two angles are alternate angles, right? So this is also 15 degrees, and this is F, right? So I will write this as F, so it is 450 Newton, right? So if this is 15 degrees, and as we see that this force is making 60 degrees with the horizontal, and if this is that horizontal, right, if this is that horizontal, so then this whole angle is 60 degrees, right? So I will write that this whole angle, this force is making 60 degrees with this positive x-axis, right? So then what will be this angle? So this angle will be the subtraction of these two, so it will be 16 minus 15, so then this angle will be 45 degrees. Let's suppose if I say that this angle is alpha, right? So alpha plus 15 degree is equal to 60 degrees. So then alpha will be equal to 60 minus 15 degrees, and alpha will become 45 degrees, right? So this is 45 degrees. So now we know this angle. This force is also known. This is F1, right? So we know this force, we know this force, and we know the included angle. So we can apply the cosine's law, right? So if I apply the cosine's law, so then R square will be equal to F square plus F1 square minus 2F F1 cos of the included angle, that is the alpha, right? So if I put the values, so this will be 450 squared plus 700 squared minus 2 into 450 into 700 cos of 45 degrees, right? And if we also take the under the root 2, so this will give us the resultant magnitude. So when we solve this, so this gives us 497 Newton. So this is the resultant of these two forces, right? So we are asked to find the magnitude of the resultant. So this is the resultant magnitude, right? Now we are asked to find the angle of this resultant with the positive x-axis. So we are required to find this angle, right? So let's suppose if this angle is phi, right, and let's suppose if this angle is beta, right? So now we know the angle between the resultant and this force F1, right? So what will be this angle, right? So this angle, this whole angle, so this whole angle, this whole red angle will be equal to beta plus 15 degrees, right? So this is beta plus 15 degrees. So now we know this force, we know this force magnitude, we know this resultant. So we know the three sides of this triangle, right? So we can apply the sines law. So if I apply the sines law, so we need to require this beta angle. So if we find this beta angle, so then as we see that phi plus beta is equal to 180 degrees, right? And we are required to find this beta, this phi. So then this phi will be equal to 180 minus beta. So if we find this beta angle, right, this is that beta angle, right? So if we find this beta, so then we will subtract that beta from 180 degrees, so we will get this angle of the resultant with the positive x-axis, right? So if I apply the sines law, so sine of beta plus 15 degrees, right? So this is beta plus 15 degrees divided by the magnitude of the opposite side, so that is 450. The opposite side is this one, right? So to this angle, and we will write that sine of alpha is 45, this angle, right? This angle, so this angle is 45 degrees, and divided by the magnitude of the resultant, this is the opposite side, right? So the resultant magnitude is 497. So then beta plus 15 degrees will be equal to sine inverse 450 sine of 45 degrees divided by 497. So let me solve this. So this comes out to be 39.81 degrees. So this is equal to beta plus 15 degrees. So beta will be equal to 39.81 minus 15 degrees. So this comes out to be 24.81 degrees, right? So now we know beta. So now we are required to find this angle, this phi. So phi will be equal to 180 minus beta, and beta is 24.81, right? So this will give us 155 degrees approximately, right? So this is the angle of the resultant with the positive x-axis, and this angle is measured counterclockwise, right? So this is the solution of this first problem from Hebler 14th edition.